do this.
How long have you had natural hair?
Give or take 10 years. I've been on a natural hair journey. Funny story is I actually didn't want to be on a natural hair journey. I never wanted to rock my natural hair because when I was younger, I always got made fun of for big hair. So to have big hair was a big deal to me. And it was a scary transition. But I had a friend who, her and I were really, really close at the time, and she was in cosmetology school. And she said, I think you should go natural and stop doing relaxers. And I said, I don't know if I can do that, but I did. And had natural hair ever since, and I love it actually.
What's the closest to a black hairstyle that you've had?
I would say just wearing my natural hair would be the closest to the blackest hairstyle I've ever worn. Maybe I've tried to be edgy now and again and do something a little bit different, but I've never really gone outside of this hairstyle.
Who do you think will be the most surprised by your new hair?
I mean, my family knows. I mean, my immediate family, so my kids and husband know, you know. So I'd probably have to say maybe my mom would be more surprised that I'm doing it, because she's never, I mean, I've never done this before at all, but yeah, I guess I would say my mom would probably be the most surprised.
Are you excited, scared, nervous?
All three. I've gone through this roller coaster of emotions. I'm excited because it's something new and I love trying new things. I'm scared because I'm scared it's gonna hurt. I'm not tender-headed, but not being familiar with somebody and them doing my hair and not being able to be like, hey, this hurts, because I'm also one of those people that I'm not gonna tell you something. I'm just gonna be like living with the pain. I'm nervous because I want to like it, obviously, because this is something that we're spending money on, and this is something that I'm going to probably be going through pain for. So I hope that I like it and it looks good. I mean, I'm not in fear that it's not going to look good. Like, she's not going to do a good job. I'm more scared that it's just not going to look good on me, or that I'm not going to like it because it is such a drastic change for me.
Have you ever wanted to do this before?
I actually have wanted to do this before. I want to say a couple of years ago, I was like, I kind of want to get my hair braided. I just want to try it. I just want to see what it would look like. But up until that point, I've never really wanted to do it. I don't know how to explain this, but I wanted to avoid what people thought my culture was for such a period of time, that I didn't want to embrace that culture or any of those things, because I didn't want to look or be stereotypical. And that's still true today, in general of things. I don't like to be put in a box. I know that the way I talk and the way I dress and like sound and things like that, that people might take me in a certain type of way or say like, oh, you're trying to be like us or something like that. And so I never wanted to.
Since you've never been involved in black culture, do you think this will bring you closer to it?
I think it'll definitely give me another perspective. I guess to answer the question, yes, but I also don't know the full culture, so I guess it is a little bit of an insight or perspective that I've never had before.
Do you think you will be embarrassed?
I don't know about embarrassed. Contrary to some people's beliefs, I don't like people just staring at me. I don't know. I don't like bringing attention to myself when I'm not intending to bring attention to myself, I guess. Not embarrassed, but I just don't want people to stare.
Do you think you'll be treated differently because of your new hair?
Maybe. I don't get treated any type of way, like negatively, I guess. No one comes at me in any type of way. I've never experienced true like racism. Nobody has ever like clutched their purse or like done any of that. I know there are people who have experienced that, so I'm not negating from that, but I've never experienced anything like that. People are pretty nice to me, at least if they've been negative or ugly, it's never been because of the way I looked. Do I think I'll be treated differently? Possibly. They may assume something, but I also feel like they could assume something now, like a dark-skinned girl wearing boots and Wrangler jeans. It might, you know, somebody might assume something also.
Do you think you'll pull it off?
That's a tricky question because I don't want to come off like, oh yes, I'm going to pull it off. I don't necessarily think that I always pull off this mess. It's just sometimes like today, you know, when you're in the wind and you're just gonna rock it because what can you do? I mean, it's big. I think I'm gonna embrace it. That's the only thing I can say. I don't know if I'm gonna rock it, but I'm definitely gonna embrace it no matter what.
Does this mean you're gonna give up the country style of life?
No. No. Listen, at the end of the day, again, not hating on whatever, I don't necessarily believe in racism. I believe in cultural differences, and I think this is who I've always wanted to be. I've always loved country, the country life. I love country western clothing. Like, that's always been something that I like. That's my style. So no, never giving up my boots and Wranglers. No, not doing it. I've come too far to give it up now.
Do you think you will feel like a new person with this new hair?
I think so. I think the thing that I didn't mention this, but I think the thing I'm most excited about is, obviously I get to wear my hair down. I can wear my hair down whenever I want to. But when I say wear down, I mean, when it is so big like this, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger over the days. And so I don't really wear my hair curly down very often, but I definitely don't straighten my hair that often, mainly because it takes like 2 hours for me to straighten my hair by the time I wash it, blow dry it, and comb it out and do all the things, and then I have to go and straighten it. So I don't get to wear my hair down very often. So I'm excited to be able to wear my hair down like every day.
Do you think this will create an alter ego? As an example, Beyonce has Sasha Fierce.
Maybe my new name will be Franiqua. Okay, not sure.
Before going into it, do you think this will be a one and done, or you'll do it again?
Well, if my fear is that it's gonna hurt, it probably is gonna be like not a one and done, but it'll probably be like a one and then maybe like next year do it again. It's not gonna be like an all the time thing, because again, I do like changing things up. Even recently, a couple things that I've been wanting to do is grow my natural hair all the way back out. So yes, I have my natural hair, but I've dyed it and messed it up a few times, but I'm trying to grow all of my natural hair out and just have my natural hair. I like having options, so that might be something that's just an option when I want to change.
How bad do you think it's going to hurt on a 1 to 10?
I think it's going to be a 10. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be a 10. And here's the thing. I'm not even tender-headed. Like, growing up with this hair, you're not going to be tender-headed. But over the last couple of years, I've realized that my pain tolerance is definitely not what it used to be. In my lost days, I got a couple of tattoos, okay? If you've been here any length of time, you saw that I got this one covered up because it didn't represent Christ. In fact, it was idol worship that I didn't even know about because I was lost, okay? And so when I got this cover up, I was Bella from Twilight. I was writhing in pain, I felt like. So I'm a little bit scared that it's gonna hurt a lot. So I think it's gonna be a 10.
Do you think you will regret it?
No, I don't think I'm gonna regret it. I think it's gonna be one of those things that I'm like, that was cool. I like experiences. I like to experience new things. I like doing new things. Even if I don't like it in the moment, I usually end up still going, I did that thing, so.
So street. Huh. Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me?
I'm about to pull up. I'm super nervous. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I'm just nervous that it's gonna take a long time. Like, my nerves are so bad right now that I didn't eat breakfast, so I'm like, oh no. I know like halfway through I'm gonna be like, my nerves are gonna calm down and I'm gonna be like, I'm hungry, and I didn't get anything to eat because my nerves were so bad. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. We're about to do this thing. Your eyes closed?
Yeah, eyes are closed, Mom.
You can see.
Okay, we gotta see. What? Look at Mama's hair!
It's so pretty! Yeah.
That looks good. This looks like braids.
It's Mommy, I love you here.
How much did it hurt on a 1 to 10?
Surprisingly, it honestly didn't hurt all that bad. I was like going into it thinking it was going to be a 10, and it was probably, I'm not even joking, probably a 3. She was not heavy-handed. She was very gentle. Well, it felt like it to me. So I would say it was a 3 for sure.
Do you regret it? Do you think you will?
No, I do not regret it. I think it was a fun experience. I don't think it's something I will regret.
Would you do it again?
Yes, it wasn't nearly anything what I had imagined. I would definitely do it again.
Would you add color?
I guess it depends on what kind of colors. I'm not really much on drawing unneeded attention to me. I can be edgy at times, but I'm about to be 34 years old, so I don't know that I would be doing color like that, bright colors. So there was an option to do like blonde, like a mixture ombre, like an ombre look. So that might be an option, but as far as like bright colors and pinks and blues, no.
So far, what are the negatives and positives?
Negative is that no, it did not hurt really while she was doing my hair, but my head is a little bit tender. So it's been difficult to sleep. I did have to take Tylenol the first day. My hair is like more weighted now, so when I try to pull it up, it hurts, gives me a headache. So those are like the only negatives. And then when I try to go to sleep, like last night, it was pretty bad. Felt like I had, I don't know, like I had a whole basketball on my head. It was pretty bad. Positives are I don't have to like wash my hair every day and brush it out. It's not a big fuzz ball every single day. I would say though the positives definitely outweigh the negatives.
Has it inconvenienced you any?
I wouldn't say inconvenienced. Like I said, it does hurt to like sleep, but I have a feeling that the tenderness will eventually subside. No, there's no inconvenience.
How long did it take?
Okay, so I got there at 8. She did wash, dry, blow dry my hair. She did all the things. I want to say that too. A lot of the videos that I had been watching, most of the people said that they had to do their own, you know, washing and drying and all of that and stretching their hair. And I was really thankful. I asked her, you know, what do I need to do to prepare? And she said, nothing. I do it all. I'll even trim your hair if it needs to be done. I was really thankful that I didn't have to do any of that. So in total, it was 5.5 hours that I was there.
Do you feel younger or older?
I don't feel either, I guess. If I'm going to answer the question, it does make me feel a little more youthful. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this is longer than my natural hair, so I just think that long hair screams youthful.
Is it harder to maintain?
No, not so far.
Have you learned how to style it? Are you excited to learn how to?
No, I haven't really learned how to style it. A video that I did watch, another YouTuber, she had a video where she had like 20 different styles, but her braids were a little bit different than mine. They were a little bit smaller, so she could do a little more, I guess a lot more styles. But I am excited to try some new things. I saw a couple of them that I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that, so.
Would you recommend others who haven't do this?
Yes. I definitely would. I think it is a awesome experience. You know, I wanted to mention this in the first interview, but I just want to encourage people to do something that they are afraid to do. Like, just take the leap and do it, because you never know how something's going to turn out unless you do it. And I'm not just talking about hair, I'm talking about in general.
Did you do this because of Black History Month?
Okay, so I had already started editing this video, and I didn't even realize that this was Black History Month until I heard on the TV next to me, blah, 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 Black History Month. And I was like, oh my goodness, people are going to think that I planned this. I definitely did not, but let me just say this, if the algorithm picks it up, because the algorithm picks it up, but that's not why I did this. I wanted to do this just as an experience and to try something new, and it just so happens to be Black History Month.
Does this make you want to explore more Black culture?
Yes and no. Okay, so there is something that I want to try that I've never done before, and that is like authentic soul food. I've never had soul food. I've never like experienced any of that. So I kind of do, but I don't even know if that's necessarily Black culture. And I'll be honest, I don't know what defines Black culture and what doesn't, because I'm not necessarily a part of it. It does make me want to explore some things.
Should we start calling you Franiqua?
No, I'm not hip. I'm not jive enough for that. Yeah. That even made me sound not okay. Next question.
Have you been treated differently?
Funny thing is, yes. It's really weird. Today, husband and I were in Walmart and I had two black people, a man and a woman, comment on my hair. I was taken aback, really. I was talking to husband about it and I said, it's so weird because when I have my hair big and curly and natural, I've never been approached by any black people to say like, oh, your hair's pretty, or, you know, whatever. Most of the time, and if I'm being honest, it's white people who will come up to me and be like, oh, I love your hair, or, you know, whatever, your skin is pretty, or something like that. It was really weird that I had my hair done like this and suddenly then I had people commenting on that. And that's not to be ugly, but it's just funny to me because this isn't all my natural hair. To have that compliment or that comment was just, it was just weird to me. I didn't think that anybody would say anything, to be honest. In the black culture, there are a lot of people who wear their hair like this, so I guess I didn't think that anybody would say anything. So I was really curious to why suddenly now I was being approached, you know, by black people to say, oh, you know, I love your hair. So it was really interesting to me.
Was it worth it, and has it been fun?
It was definitely worth it. Like I said, the whole experience, all of it, it was so much fun. Fun for me because, again, I've never walked into anything like this. I've never experienced anything like this. I've never gotten to be, quote unquote, a part of the black culture. To do something like this, it was definitely fun for me.
Before I close out today's video, I have to give a couple of big thank yous. First, to the helpful staff at Sue's Beauty Supply. They allowed me to film in the store and help me find exactly what I needed. So a huge thank you to Sue's Beauty Supply in Wichita Falls, Texas. If you're in the area, definitely stop in and check them out. Secondly, I have to give a huge thank you to the artist of this masterpiece, TAKIESHIA. She is truly a master of her craft. She was so professional, fast, and kept carrying hands the entire time. All the while, she was so patient with my ignorance of this whole process. She even took the time to help me find the supplies that I needed, and she taught me how to take care of my new hair. I highly recommend her. She will definitely have my future business. If you are in the Wichita Falls area, book with TAKIESHIA. I will have her information linked in my description box below. Thank y'all so much for stopping by, and this is your sign to step out of your comfort zone this year. So until next time, God bless y'all and go and be a light out there.